what nobody tells you about being a kingdom creative. And by kingdom creative, I mean somebody that creates with the intent to glorify God. Number one, people who are super religious are probably going to judge you. One thing I learned on my walk with God is that God can choose to express himself in many different ways. And unfortunately, because of religion, we think Christianity is supposed to look one way, when at the end of the day, uh, it's supposed to look like Jesus the best way we can. But that doesn't mean that people can't have a personality and be different or be weird. I mean, the Lord calls us a peculiar people, but I feel like a lot of times in the body, when we see peculiar people, we can look down upon them. Or, you know, instead of embracing that they may be peculiar, it becomes almost like a barrier of resistance. Number two, when it comes to being a kingdom creative, you're going to figure out that the Lord desires your obedience more than he does your success. And I'm speaking to myself on this one because I've struggled with success and wanting success and wanting it more than I want anything else. And I don't think wanting to be successful is wrong, but when that is your main motivation and that's your heart posture for doing things and you're saying you're doing it for God, you got to ask yourself, what would you compromise to get success? And a lot of us may say, oh, I wouldn't do anything, whatever, whatever. But if your main thing is, I want to be successful, more than likely, like by the power of the flesh, you may make compromises to become successful. But when you keep God first and you make your main objective obedience to God and staying faithful, then when you get those roadblocks, you have a solid foundation, something to fall back on, and something that'll keep you on that straight and narrow path, something that'll keep you from compromising on your values and your goals. And thirdly, when it comes to being a kingdom creative, people may not understand you. The world may not understand you. True, even other Christians, they may not understand you. And you have to be okay with that. You have to be okay with that. I mean, people didn't understand Jesus, but it was the people who weren't meant to. So with that being said, keep creating for God and giving him the glory and just staying faithful and speaking up, testifying, sharing about your testimony. When you share your testimony about how you overcame the trials and tribulations and how you overcame the enemy, you never know who's listening, and you can strengthen their faith so they can do the same thing and, walk towards Christ and come to the revelation of Jesus Christ. Because at the end of the day, that's what it's all about.